Mga paborito kong camera phones this 2025. Ito lang naman yung mga camera phones na nasubukan ko mismo. So kung hahanapin nyo yung mga phones na hindi ko nasubukan, tulad na lang ng Oppo Find X series, guys, wala po dito yon dahil nga hindi ko personally na nasubukan. Pero marami na ako nasubukan ng camera phones. And ito talaga yung masasabi ko based on my actual user experience na maganda talaga from budget level to mid-range and up to the flagship level. Pero bago natin simulan ng lahat, eto muna yung quick message from our sponsor today, Home Credit. Back to school na, and as a techie dad, I know how important it is to get the right gadgets para sa mga anak natin. Pero syempre, kailangan natin pag-isipan yung budget natin kasi hindi naman sa lahat ng pagkakataon, meron tayong pang full payment sa mga kailangan ng mga chikiting natin. Pero in Home Credit's Sulit Eskwela Deals, posible nang makakuha ng laptops for as low as 1,119 pesos per month, tablets at 679 pesos per month, and phones at 719 pesos per month with zero down payment and zero interest. I-download nyo lang po yung Home Credit app dyan sa link ko sa description box para makita nyo lahat ng sulit back-to-school deals. Hanggang July 31 lang itong promo deal nila. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, i-download nyo na yung Home Credit app again dyan sa link ko sa description box. Practical, quality, at para sa life, yan ang tunay na sulit. So let's start sa budget level. Unfortunately, meron pala muna kayong dapat malaman, and that is with the budget level, yung expectations natin, kailangan nating babaan ng husto. So kahit ngayon, 2025, hindi pa rin nakakaabot sa mid-range quality yung mga budget level phones. Dahil among the budget level phones na nasa 10,000 peso price range, isa pa lang ang nasubukan ko na medyo okay and medyo papasa kung camera-centric usage yung gagamitin nyo. And ito po yung Infinix Note 50 Pro. Recycled na G100 chipset pero decent yung camera features nito. Naka 2K resolution sa video, hindi lang steady pero yung photos niya are quite decent. Okay, let's just say kung ikukumpara natin to sa Vivo V50 Lite na entry level ni Vivo na camera-centric as well, mas maganda pa yung photos ng Infinix Note 50 Pro 4G. And real talk po yan, kung napanood nyo yung video ko ng Vivo V50 Lite, nako alam nyo na. So yes, very limited po yung options natin sa 10,000 peso price range. Kaya ang mas maire-recommend ko, humanap kayo ng older mid-range devices na camera-centric. Something like a Tecno Camon 30 Pro from last year. Mas maganda po yun kung mahanap nyo closer to the 10,000 peso price range. Wala pong tatalo doon na entry level in 2025. So direction tayo agad sa mid-range. So around 15 to 20,000 peso price point, medyo mas may choices tayo. Number 1 dito, yung Infinix Note 50 Pro Plus. Merong telephoto lens na 3 times. Goods na yung video at 4K 60fps, hindi na ganun kauga. Mas maganda pa yung photos na pwede natin makuha dito compared sa Infinix 040 from last year. And overall, good quality lang talaga yung mga photos. And pati na rin yung videos. Selfie camera, naka 4K 60fps din. This delivers a lot of camera goodness for its price point. Actually, kung makukuha nyo to at 15,000 pesos, wala na yatang tatalo pa sa value nito in terms of camera capabilities. Now, kung ayaw nyo naman yung Infinix, asahan nyo siguro na i-recommend ko yung Tecno Camon 40 Pro. Pero hindi ko po i-recommend yon over the Infinix Note 50 Pro Plus. Ang mas pwede nyong pagpilian siguro is either the CMF Nothing Phone 2 Pro. Wala pa po akong full review nun, but I still have it with me. Tinetest ko pa rin until now. Pero kung camera-centric usage, I would much rather recommend yung Nothing Phone 3A. Hindi pa rin available yung full review ko ng Nothing 3A, but I can tell you right now, it's one of the better camera options under 20,000 pesos. Meron tayong 2 times telephoto lens, and sa recent update niya, pwede na natin mapakinabangan yung optical lens natin for 4K 30fps video recording. And I brought this with me sa Japan, and solid rin yung mga shots na nakuha ko. They're not gonna blow your mind, pero very good quality pa rin makukuha nating photo output from this one. Of course, mas prefer ko pa rin yung Pro version nito na solid talaga overall. Pero kung limited yung budget nyo, this is one of the better options pagdating sa camera capability in 2025. But now, let's go sa 20,000 peso price range. Automatic na dito yung Tecno Camon 40 Premier. This is one of the best offerings from Tecno this year, and I'm not sure how they can top this in terms of camera capability. Sobrang solid ng photo photos, lalo na yung 3 times optical zoom niya, very useful. The photos are vibrant, improving yung color science ng Tecno. The reds are better than the Infinix Note 50 Pro Plus. Sharp enough yung photos without having to over-sharpen things. Ang medyo downside lang for me dito is yung portrait mode niya. Hindi pa ganun kaganda yung algorithm ng Tecno, pati na rin yung Infinix. Para sa mga Redmi fans, magtatanong kayo, what about the Redmi Note 14 series? Hindi ba maganda yung camera nun? Well, kasi ganito po yun. Pag ikukumpara natin to sa Tecno and Infinix at this price point, mas maganda po yung Tecno and Infinix. Unfortunately, that is the sad state of reality para sa Redmi Note series. So until we see huge improvements from this series kay Redmi, it's not gonna be on any of my camera phone lists. Now, uunahan ko na yung mga akusa na sponsored tong video na to by Transsion, by Tecno, by Infinix. Ito hamon ko sa inyo. I-message nyo sila. Tanungin nyo, pinadalhan nyo ba si Pinoy Tech Dad? Binayaran nyo ba si Pinoy Tech Dad ni isang phone this year? Walang pinadala sa akin si Tecno or si Infinix. Either binili ko or nakahanap ako ng paraan para makapag-review ng mga phones na yan. So yung mga keyboard warriors dyan na ready naman ako sa sponsored by Transsion. Checkmate. Now sa under 20,000 pesos, I'm sure in-expect nyo meron tayong Vivo V50 dito and then meron rin tayo siguro nung Poco F7 Pro. Pero I'm not gonna put those phones in this list kasi sinasabi ko nga, favorite camera phone ko. Personal po ito. So next na favorite camera phone ko under 30,000 pesos is the Nothing 3A Pro. Naunahan ko na kayo. Hindi po siya perfect camera phone but it's something that I really enjoyed using. Yung 3 times telephoto lens niya, sobrang gandang gamitin when you're out and about, when you're traveling, when you're just outdoors. Ang ganda ng mga photos na makukuha nyo with that lens. The main lens, of course, is also good, pero mas ginagamit ko talaga yung telephoto lens. The only downside for me so far, dahil mahilig ako mag-take ng videos, is that limited siya to 4K 30fps. And as of right now, hindi pa pwede yung continuous na switching ng lenses while you're video recording, so that's a huge downside for me as well. But if you're gonna ask me kung ano yung best na camera phone under 30,000 pesos, this is my top recommendation. Pero gusto ko lang isingit din na meron tayong bagong entry sa under 30,000 pesos, the Honor 400, but I am still reviewing it. So kung sakali mang magustuhan ko siya, babanggitin ko siguro sa review ko. So abangan nyo po yung full review natin ng Honor 400. Next up, pag-usapan na natin yung over 30,000 pesos na camera phones na nagustuhan ko talaga in 2025. And we're gonna be cheating konti. Kasi una sa listahan dito is something that came out late 2024. This is the Vivo X200 Pro Mini. Sa mga taga-subaybay dito sa Pinoy Tech Dad, alam nyo na isa to sa mga paborito ko talaga pagdating sa camera capability dahil sa small form factor niya. And yes, this is considered as small in 2025. And this is something I wish na marami pang brands ang gumaya na bigyan tayo ng pro-level phone na medyo smaller yung size niya. Wala akong mareklamo dito. Maganda yung main lens niya, maganda yung zoom niya, maganda yung portrait niya. Video quality is amazing. Kaya niya mag-record ng 4K 120fps. Pwede pa natin gamitin yung log profile dito. This is just one of the better camera phones out there right now. And nasa 30,000 peso price range na lang ito. Links in the description box. Kung di nyo pa napanood yung full review ko nito, baka mapabili kayo agad-agad once you see it. So hanapin nyo dito sa channel natin and I'm sure mapapabilib kayo. Now, ang pinaka-downside nito, of course, this is a China ROM phone. And also, pagdating sa mga China ROM phones, mas matindi yung beautification filter nila kahit na i-off natin. Meron pa rin slight beautification. So, yeah, one of the downsides pag China ROM phone from Vivo. Susunod naman, Xiaomi 15 Ultra. I don't have it with me anymore, pero nagamit ko yung global version niya, dinala ko sa Singapore. Napakaganda ng camera phone na yon. Medyo bulky lang talaga siya, but it is what you would expect from a flagship level na camera phone na Ultra pagdating sa Xiaomi. Pero siguro ang pinaka-namangha ako doon is yung super macro capability niya. Nakikita nyo yung photo samples natin dito. Malupit talaga guys. Legit. Now, it's still not gonna be the best pagdating sa color accuracy, pero if you want something na ready to upload na goods yung Xiaomi 15 Ultra. Nandito pa rin yung tendency ni Xiaomi na medyo taasan or i-boost yung highlights pagdating sa mukha ng human subjects. And I'm not really sure at this point kung gusto ba nilang ayusin yan or hindi. But yeah, it's something very noticeable lalo na pag nag-side-by-side ng mga photos from other camera phones. But regardless, if you like the Xiaomi color profile, this is something that fans of Xiaomi would really love. Ang pinaka-downside naman dito, hindi lumabas yung global version dito sa Philippines. Available lang siya sa ibang bansa. kaya pwede ko lang ma-link sa inyo dyan sa description box ay yung China ROM version. Moving on sa next two phones na talagang nagustuhan ko in 2025, these are safe picks. First off, Samsung S25 Ultra, very safe pick to for a camera phone. This is a really good overall flagship phone. Not gonna be the best in terms of camera, pero this will deliver great looking photos pa rin. And surprisingly, nakasanayan natin na medyo saturated yung photos ng Samsung. This one delivers closer to neutral photos. Minsan, nasasobrahan pa nga sa pagiging neutral. But I still really like the cameras on this. Yun nga lang, dahil nakasubok na tayo ng mas magandang camera phones, nagmumukha na lang siyang pedestrian sometimes. Pero wag nyo maliitin, of course, this is still a Samsung device. Very good quality pagdating sa video recording, 4K 60fps, and inintroduce pa nila dito na meron tayong log profile. Pero yung log profile dito is not as good as other phones like Vivo and the iPhone. iPhone 16 Pro Max, isasali natin dito sa isa sa mga paborito ko this 2025. And I know we're cheating din kasi this was released in 2024. Pero I've been using this for most of 2025 para sa mga TikTok videos ko, lalo na yung selfie camera niya, 4K 60fps. Really good pagdating sa TikTok app and even sa Facebook app. But again, lilinawin ko, yung Samsung and yung iPhone, these two are not the best camera phones that you can get right now. Actually, kung tutuusin, mas maganda pa yung camera phone ng Xiaomi 15 Ultra against these two devices. Pero sa akin lang naman yon, opinion ko lang yon. Pero on top of my favorites list talaga is this one, the Vivo X200 Ultra. Pinaka-ultra talaga sa lahat ng camera phones this year. Grabe. This is definitely one of my favorites, if not my favorite camera phone this year. Nagamit ko na to sa dalawang concerts. Umuulan pa nung isang concert. And basang-basa to ng ulan habang nagvi-video recording ako dun sa Break the Silence na concert. Pero all goods pa din. Actually, habang nanonood ng concert, may lumapit sa akin at nagtanong kung ano daw phone ang gamit ko. Dahil nakikita nila sa likod, napakaganda ng zoom capability nitong Vivo X200 Ultra. So doon pa lang nakita lang nila in person na nag-zoom in ako sa subject, natuwa na sila. So yeah, this is absolutely one of the best camera phones this year. Kung heavy camera users kayo, this is definitely the best that I can recommend sa inyo right now. And lahat po ng links nito nandiyan na sa description box. Paalala, this is a China ROM device. Wala po itong global version. Hindi po ito darating officially sa Philippines. That means limited yung warranty natin. Pero yeah, this has been one of the phones na palagi kong dinadala everyday. Now, para sa mga lalabas pa na camera-centric devices this year, inabangan natin yung Nothing Phone 3 na lalabas sa July. And then parating na rin sa August yung Pixel 10 series and hopefully makakuha rin tayo nun. And of course, the iPhone 17 series. So may mga paparating pa talaga na susubukang i-challenge yung cameras ni Vivo this year. So abangan po natin yan. And also late this year for sure, lalabas na yung Vivo X300 series. So let's see what Vivo has in store para sa 300 series nila. Anyway, kung na-enjoy nyo yung video na to at nakatulong sa pagde-decide nyo kung anong camera phone ang pipiliin nyo, ano lang ba yung mag-like, comment, and subscribe na rin kayo. And kung gusto nyo pang manood ng mga videos ko, may mga ililink po ako dyan. Paniguradong magugustuhan nyo yung mga yan. Hanggang sa susunod, ako nga pala ulit si Janus ng Pinoy Tech Dad. Kita-kita ulit tayo.